Hi, it's Hoyang here. So today we're at the MFA 2016 exhibition, Large Scale Optics, and today we're showing the work of Christopher Thomas.
That's me. Thanks for checking out this video, and to Duke MFAEDA faculty and staff and cohort for helping make this show happen. But today I'm going to walk you through my part of the exhibit, which is my thesis project called КИНОМЕХАНИК, or the English translation, Images into Arms. That's not the real English translation of that word, КИНОМЕХАНИК, but you have to watch the film to find out really what the meaning is. Although meaning in this entire project is pretty much in the eye of the beholder. So I'm going to try and do my best to not over-explain this work as we walk through it. But first and last thing you end up seeing in this exhibition is these sculptures, this collection of sculpture I call flags, which are made from scavenged scrap metal materials from Duke Sculpture Studio. So in this part of the film, the laid-off movie projectionist is in this place where he's caught in between the physicality of labor that goes into the work that he is now kind of possessed with when he's out of employment, which is these, the creation of these, construction of these sculptures, as well as the discovery of computer code, processing code, which was used to create the Screensaver 666 program, which was a kind of early inspiration for the whole film itself. So that's terms and conditions.
And the installation here?
This is a little counter-relief sculpture called Capture the Moment, and it's created from personal ephemera, mostly from my collection of personal memorabilia, as well as film supplies for filmmaking that are sort of just sitting around in my personal archive collecting dust, which is kind of one of the inspirations for starting to make these sculptures.
And before we actually look at this huge selection of different things, shall we actually go back to the,
Okay.
The wall?
Right, yeah. This piece relates most closely to the piece that is on the other side of this wall. So this is the installation version of the running Screensaver 666 application, where, yeah. So this program is, it's kind of funky. It runs differently the longer it's allowed to run. Of course, like all screensavers, if you move the mouse of the machine that it's running on, it doesn't, or it ceases to run, and then actually transmit some of the images that it's capturing into a folder or server of which is specified in the code. In the installation version, it's more about sort of like the digital capture of one's motion, and also the fact that when you stay completely still, the subjects disappear. Yeah. And
So you only see my hands,
right.
but nothing else.
Yeah, I guess. Just move a foot. Anyway, this application is, I would even still call it a work in progress, and I'm hoping to release it with the online virtual kind of version of the show in order to call into question invite other interpretations of the software itself.
And the installation piece?
So this is a piece called Shattered Displays, made from construction materials and a couple of found objects. But it's my interpretation of the aesthetic of a broken cell phone screen. This is a piece here called Ape.
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 Like ape.
As in, like, yeah, an ape. Like, what we evolved from.
But it's machine, it's not a...
Well, to be honest, the name comes from, in some ways, the color, because this little bumper thing it reminded me of the color of a banana. But the idea of human evolution and the stage at which we're at and the way that we'll be remembered for this phase in our evolution is kind of this projected imagery is where these sculptures come from. You know, how will we be remembered for our progress in the 20th and 21st centuries, and are we as technologically advanced as we think? So,
Banana machine.
yeah, banana machine. This is one of the earlier works from the series of sculptures. It's called Deaf. And the way you're working with it is exactly the way I would hope somebody would look at it, because it has this really interesting effect, seeing the sort of eye of this object peers through the lens at you as you move around the piece.
The camera.
And the lights flickered on as I came back, and I came on so slowly, as a matter of fact, that it was hard to realize that it wasn't still...
So yeah, this was kind of the piece that inspired the rest of everything. And then finally, on this screen, well, we haven't talked about this yet, actually. I should probably talk about this first. This is the largest, obviously, surface for images in the show, where the piece Images into Arms plays on loop, which is created out of footage that was taken from my time as a projectionist during the last year of wide-scale circulation of 35mm motion pictures, and is the piece that also inspired the entire body of work. It's the beginning of the story, kind of shot of the man behind the curtain, and kind of using these superimpositions to describe what, encapsulate in 12 minutes or so what a night at a projection booth is like working. So this is kind of the final piece in the video installations, created mostly from different media interfaces, from a 300-year-old book found at the Rubinstein Library that describes early forms of mechanical motion, as well as early forms of coded communication, and going these early analog forms of media, pre-film, are kind of caught in this world where corrupted video footage, as well as text form of actually a music file, is kind of displayed and then represented in the form of the Spritz reader, like the beginning. All these people were experiencing for the first time in modern history the largest failure of our power grid, and had no idea what was going on. This is another piece much like the ape piece, where we have an obsolete tool, much like the tools used for filmmaking that are becoming obsolete, placed in this sort of almost religious or idolized kind of form on a pedestal. It's called Image Age. I think somebody's here. Someone from full frame, it's okay. That is about the end, yeah. Ending on the probably some of the most exciting imagery in the piece. There's no one way to watch the whole thing. It's more about the environment that you're free to choose your experience in.
So can audiences get to see some neat stuff?
Well, I'm really hoping the exhibition will be able to travel to other spaces, but I will make these images available in the kind of virtual version of the exhibition. We'll see to what degree in terms of their entirety, but I would like for people to be able to watch these things on their own in the sequence that they wish on a web client as well, and also be able to download the screensaver. So yeah, I got to give a shout out to the musical artists Brave Young, who are friends of mine, who lent me very generously the use of their music in each one of these pieces that we hear. Yeah, hope thanks for checking out Kino Mechanic. I'm Chris. Thank you, Hao Young. Yeah.